Hello and welcome to our Studying Law at Keele webinar. My name's George and I'm the Applicant Communications Manager here at Keele. Thank you very much for joining us. So I'm going to be here for the next half an hour or so chatting all things law here at Keele. This is going to be the perfect opportunity for you if you're hoping to study one of our undergraduate LLB programmes this September. For those of you who have joined us before, you'll know that this isn't our usual setup and we are actually coming at you live from the School of Law, and I'm really pleased to be joined by two colleagues who I'll just let introduce themselves.
So my name's Blevin Davis, I'm the head of the School of Law.
Hello, my name's Gabriel. I study LLB Law with Professional Legal Studies at Keele University.
Lovely, thank you both for being here. So I suppose the most obvious place to start, Blevin, would be with yourself. So just give us a little bit of an overview of the School of Law here at Keele.
Sure. So we're what I like to think of as a critical law school. That means we don't just teach you the rules, because we do teach you the rules, obviously, not doing that be negligent, but we also want to give you a sense of how the rules work in reality. There's about 220 students a year. We've got four main undergraduate programmes: law, LLB law, law with business, law with criminology, law with politics, and the newer fifth one is law with professional legal practice. We've got around 30 academic staff, so it's a decent sized school, and we're looking forward to some of you joining us in September.
Yeah, brilliant. And okay, so if I ask you, what do you think makes law at Keele distinctive? You know, what makes us stand out?
Yeah, sure. So that critical approach is really important. That's part of our identity. We're also a research active school, but not just in terms of legal research. We also research how we teach. So we've got experts in teaching and learning law, as well as experts in law. And we've got people who've practiced law. So we've got the best of all worlds, really, that sort of lived experience, as well as that really detailed academic understanding. So you really do get the best of all worlds at Keele.
Brilliant, brilliant. And Gabe, how's your experience been so far?
Well, just touching on what Brendan said, it was the critical part of law at Keele is really important. It focuses on race, gender, how law works in society. So it's not just on paper. It gives you a proper insight into kind of what you're getting yourself into and how it works, both in practice and in society. Yeah, it's a way of life, really.
Yeah, amazing. And what was it that made you choose Keele? So if you take yourself back to when you were researching your options, what was it about Keele that sort of stood out to you?
Personally, for me, I chose Keele because I was looking for somewhere where I could either do a placement year or study abroad. Keele offers both, so that was a perfect fit for me. Yeah. I also enjoyed that the academics here at Keele are also in practice, so they don't just teach, they also have experience. That gives quite a good insight into law in itself. Yeah. I also like that it's a smaller community, so that means seminar classes, lectures are just a tad bit smaller, which gives a familiar touch into law and into like the community. So that's what appealed to me the most. Yeah,
brilliant, brilliant. And how have you settled into life on campus and within the school itself?
Well, at first I struggled a bit. Settling in was a bit tough. However, as you progress, you find new people, you find societies, you find that you make meaningful connections in societies and in lectures. We also got given around two weeks to settle in, which was extremely useful. Just getting my bearings right, exploring the campus, meeting the lecturers, the seminar groups. And everyone's just so lovely. So it really helped just to see what it's about at uni. Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole new chapter, isn't it? And it's a huge step for most students, you know, and you know, a lot of students will say, you know, we're all in the same boat, but everyone's coming from different walks of life and different experiences. So it is a huge step. Blevin, if we can come back to yourself, what can students expect from their first year of study at law?
Thank you. That's a great question. In the first year, you start studying the core building blocks of the law degree. So you'll study public law, you'll study law of obligations and legal essentials, which is a sort of skills module. So because we know that a lot of people won't have done any law or have only done a year or two of an A-level in law when they come to Keele. So we give you all of the skills you need to succeed in that module. Then you start looking at modules around the role of lawyers in society, and you look at critical legal studies, which gives you an insight into the legal theory that you'll be applying later in your degree. We also get you involved in the Law Society straight out of the gate. I know Gabe's part of that society, and is maybe can talk about his experiences of that in a moment. We start building your employability skills. We start building your networks, so you can take part in our annual law fair or come to our legal dining event, which will start building those networks you'll need to be employable at the end of your degree.
And how important is that sort of networking element of you know, if you're hoping to work in the legal realms, how important is networking?
It is important, but we know that not everyone comes from a background where they will have access to those networks. So we do spend quite a lot of time helping you build them at Keele, helping our students build them. So through things like the legal dining event, where we sit you down at formal dinners with barristers and solicitors and judges, which you will need to do if you want to be a barrister. So you do it in a safe space at Keele Hall with some of your academics around to help break the ice.
Yeah.
And we bring employers into the building in our law fair so that you can spend some time getting to know the people who ultimately you'll want to give you a job.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bledding touched on the Law Society there, and I think you're a member of that society.
I am. I joined the Law Society, I think as soon as I joined Keele.
Okay.
It was just a way to make friends, make new connections. But they do have great opportunities, like Bledding mentioned, the Legal Dining Society and the annual law fair, which I attended.
Okay.
It was a great opportunity to meet the employers around Keele. You know, just getting to know what's around the job opportunities as well, or just making a meaningful connection.
Yeah.
But the Law Society is a big help, especially when joining.
Yeah.
So that was good.
And I assume through the Law Society you're able to chat to students. I mean, I know you can do this outside the society, but it's a great way to meet law students in other years as well.
Yeah, of course. So one of the opportunities I had with the Law Society was to represent Keele University at the original Advocate of the Year competition.
Okay.
So that basically meant it was me and along with another Keele University student, which was a third year, I believe, going against other universities across England to just compete and practice advocacy skills.
Yeah.
That was a great opportunity. Just, you know, seeing how that works.
Yeah. And I suppose advocacy is a huge part of you know, students wanting to work within the legal realms. Advocacy is one of the core skills, would you say?
Oh, for sure, yeah. And it's something that we encourage you to develop in a couple of ways. There's the extracurricular mooting opportunities and advocacy competitions, but also you will be doing some presentations during your modules, which will be part of your assessment. So you have to develop those skills as part of the degree. We sort of bake it in.
Yeah. Yeah. And what are the other skills that are sort of really core to our programmes that students are going to walk away with a really good grasp of?
Sure. Critical thinking is absolutely key to being a lawyer. So we embed that at every level in all of our assessments. We expect that degree of criticality right from the beginning. And we'll teach you how to think. It's not just a question of teaching you the rules. We teach you how to work through these things in your head. We also teach you how to form an argument, which is really important for a lawyer, both in writing and up on your feet, as Gabe was saying.
Yeah.
So we make sure you get everything that you need to practice as a lawyer and succeed.
Yeah, brilliant. And what about contact time? How much contact time do students in their first year particularly have you know, with their lecturers and the school? Sure,
thank you. It varies a bit from year to year and it will vary a bit from week to week.
Yeah.
But an average is going to be about 10 to 12 hours a week in the first year.
Yeah. And what does an average week look like for you? So if, you know, outside of that contact time, what are the kind of things that you're up to in terms of your course?
So I start my week by looking at the seminar or lecture prep.
Okay.
I think it's essential to get the most out of the lectures and the seminars by doing the prep. Of course, you're not always going to be able to do all of it.
Yeah.
So do not be disheartened. Yeah. But I always aim to at least look over it. I go to my lectures, my seminars. I am really excited about any sort of debates, especially in seminars. It's really good. You get to work with a lot of people from a lot of backgrounds, get the most out of ideas. That's how I learn best. Yeah. And especially engaging in those sessions is like essential to getting something out of the degree. Outside of lectures and seminars, I go to the library. We have an amazing library where I just look over the notes. I finish off the work that sometimes I do not complete, which is normal. Yeah. Finish up on notes. Outside of like academics, there's a lot of societies as well. So I engage with the Karate Society, just debating society, philosophy society, any events. There's a lot of socials going on. So I try to attend those. If not, then Keele offers a lot of job opportunities as well. So I do work as well, and the gym as well. So
Yeah.
That's going on.
Sounds like the model student.
Yeah,
When it was there, nodding away.
Nodding away, yeah. Full marks.
Yeah, absolutely. And what skills do you feel you've developed so far? With, you know, the fact that you're only in your first year, so you're what, 6-7 months in?
Yeah.
How do you feel you've developed in that time?
Looking back in semester 1, I never would have thought I would have developed so much since being here. Just stepping outside of my comfort zone is like the top thing for me.
Yeah.
Especially with adaptability skills as well, working with different groups as well, just stepping outside and putting yourself out there. I think it's important to take initiative. But I would say the skills I've developed most is adaptability and just public speaking and the presentations, and there's loads going on. So it's definitely been good.
Yeah, brilliant. I think your experience is what you make it, isn't it? You know, you can just go to your lectures and not really engage in anything else, or you can really throw yourself into your studies and walk away with, you know, a wide set of valuable skills for future employers that might just set you apart from other candidates.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I think we're going to talk about some of this later, but there's extracurricular opportunities to develop your skills through our clock scheme. We built the law clinics into our curriculum. I don't know if you want me to talk a little bit about that.
Go for it. Yeah, please do share.
So we've got 2 law clinics at the moment: the civil litigation clinic and the personal injury clinic. Personal injury clinic is a virtual clinic that we run with a partner in London, but the civil lit clinic we run it in-house, and we're hoping to launch a family clinic very soon. So watch this space. There'll be more to come. When a new colleague joins us in April. One of the facilities that we've just acquired is a building in Newcastle Town Centre, Keele in Town, which is where the clinics operate. And that means that our students can go down into Newcastle and give legal advice to people in Newcastle where they need it.
Yeah.
So we can come down off the hill, go into the town and really, really bring ourselves into the community. And I'm really passionate about that work because it's an opportunity for the law school to give something back to the community in which it sits.
Yeah.
And I'm really pleased to see our students engaging in those opportunities and making a real difference.
Yeah, it is brilliant. It's that visible presence.
Yeah.
And it also does lovely coffee. So
yeah, it does good coffee.
always a plus.
And develops your employability skills, develops qualifying work experience towards your SQE. So really, really fantastic opportunity, and I encourage everyone to get involved.
Yeah, brilliant. So that's just one of the facilities that the schools offers. Can you talk a little bit more about the other facilities that students have access to?
Sure. Well, there's the social space that we're filming in, which is available for students to use. We've got, as I said, Keele in Town and the law clinics have offices in this building that students can use. Obviously, you've got access to your academic staff, and as Gabriel was saying, lots of opportunities on campus, things like the gym, the library, which has got its own dedicated law space.
Oh, well.
It's it's in the basement, but that makes it sound dingy. It's not dingy. It's very, very nice, well lit. Students congregate around there, particularly this time of year as assessments start rolling in.
Yeah.
And we've got a moot court room in this building, which I think we're going to have a look at in a minute.
Absolutely. So I think we should go and have a look at it. This is a brilliant facility. So I should have said, if you've got any questions, please do pop them in the Q&A chat and we will get to them throughout the stream. So pop them in. If you've got any questions for Gabe or Bledin, then please pop them in. Stay where you are. We're just going to show you a short video about studying law at Keele, and then we're going to rejoin you when we'll be back in the moot court room. So give us 2 minutes and we'll be back with you.
I would say the best thing about studying law at Keele is the quality of the teaching we get. All of our lecturers are expert academics in their fields. They are clearly very passionate about the subject in which they teach. And I think that really enables us as students to feel the energy, the passion that they feel for their area of law, and to translate that into our studies. The law community at Keele is incredibly friendly. I've been to many events either through the Law Society or arranged through the law school that I've both found incredibly helpful and also quite fun.
I think I chose law at Keele because I liked the community when I came on the open day. Everyone was very open, everyone wanted to have a chat with you, everyone wanted to get to know you. So I think that really made an impact on me, and I went, this is where I want to be. I'm part of the legal advice clinic. I work in the divorce clinic at Keele, which is a free legal advice clinic that people can come to, and we help them process their divorce and file some proceedings and communicate with ex-partners and lawyers.
Students have the opportunity to focus on issues relating to social justice and inclusion, and you can see that through our critical offerings around gender, sexuality, disability, but you also have the opportunity to take part in lots of practice-based activities like our law clinics.
Studying at Keele has taught me that there are still many opportunities still available, even for somebody of my senior years to come into law at this time of life. So I think it's really important to say that it's not about the destination, it's the journey. To anyone who wants to think about studying law at Keele, don't think about it anymore. Just come and do it, because it's the best place to study law. If you want to be the best lawyer you can be, in the best environment that you can be in, to stretch yourself mentally, then this is the place to do that.
Hello and welcome back to our Studying Law at Keele webinar. We are here in our moot courtroom. So, Bledin, tell me a little bit about where we are and what students can get up to in this space.
Yeah, so this is the moot courtroom. This is sometimes it's a teaching space, but it's available for students to book out for our mooting competitions. And a moot is a mock trial. It's a mock appeal. About a week in advance, you'll be given a set of facts. One side will be appealing a decision, and another side will be responding to that appeal. You'll do it in here, in front of judges, and the winner of the moot isn't necessarily the person who gets the law right. The winner of the moot is the person who makes the best show of advocating for their case. If you're good at this, you could go forward to national competitions, and if you win the national competitions, as some students have done in the past, you can go on to the Commonwealth competition, and in some years that's been in New Zealand or South Africa. In the year our students won it, it was in Glasgow, so not quite so exciting, but still a great opportunity and something I'd encourage everyone to get involved in.
I can guarantee that would be the year that I would be involved in it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Glasgow.
No, Glasgow's a lovely city.
If South Africa is it's where you want to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So what kind of skills do students learn then from mooting?
Yeah, thinking on your feet, because the judges will be firing questions at you, and that gets pretty intimidating. But also structuring an argument, answering a legal problem question under pressure. So your time pressure of a week to get your case together. All of the skills that you need if you're going to be practicing law, but particularly if you're going to be a barrister, it's really essential training.
And do all of our students do mooting, or is it something that they sort of opt into?
No, it's an extracurricular thing, so students can do it, and I would always encourage students to do it. I think you can tell when a student's engaged in this sort of activity, but it's not something that everyone has to do. So if the idea of that doesn't work for you, if you're thinking you want to be a solicitor or work in another field, then mooting might not be for you. But I would encourage everyone to give it a go, because it is good fun.
Brilliant. And I know there's other extracurricular opportunities for students to get involved in. Can you just give us a bit of a brief overview of what those are?
Yeah, I think the big one, because the clinics are now part of our undergraduate programme, the big extracurricular opportunity is the CLOC scheme. CLOC is Community Legal Outreach and Collaboration at Keele. You might have seen the CLOC scheme somewhere else, because it is advertised at other places, but it's franchised, and please make no mistake, it is ours. Its founder, Dr. Jane Krishnadas, is in the School of Law. It's not a legal advice clinic. You go to Newcastle County Court and support people when they need it most. So you act as what's called a Mackenzie friend, and that might be helping someone fill in a form, it might be helping someone find the right room in the court, it might be pointing someone in the direction of other third sector services that they might need. But the key thing is you're helping someone in a really frightening environment. They're in a court, they're not used to interacting with things in that environment, and you're making a massive difference to somebody's life. You're a friend when someone really needs a friend. And again, like the clinics, it's something I'm really proud that we do here at Keele, and it's something I hope everyone would get involved in at some stage.
Yeah. And I assume the impact of that for the student and also, the people that they're helping is huge.
Oh, it's transformative, yeah. The skills you develop as a student from the CLOC scheme are fantastic employability skills, obviously, because you can show that you're comfortable working with a range of people in those legal environments. But the difference you make to that person who's just really frightened that day, and you can be someone that supports them through a really difficult experience, is just such a fantastic thing that we can all be proud of.
Yeah, brilliant. It sounds a fantastic opportunity.
Yeah, it is.
So just bring it back to this room then. So you said sometimes they can have lectures and sort of...
Some seminars in here. Yeah, some teaching in here. Mostly postgraduate level, to be honest, but some undergraduate classes go on in here. Also, some presentations and law school events will happen in here. So this will be a big part of your experience as a law student at Keele, this room.
And our presentation is one of like the key assessment methods that students can expect to have to get involved in.
Yeah, certainly. We place a big emphasis on those sort of skills, as we were saying before, and you'll get an opportunity. Well, you'll need to do presentation work in your first year in groups, and as the degree goes on, you might have to do, depending on the options you pick, you'd have to do some on your own as well. But it's group presentations. Developing that teamwork, that ability to speak on your feet, is something that we think is important.
Brilliant. Well, it's a great space, and I'm so glad we were able to see it today. So thank you.
Yeah, fantastic.
So I think what we'll do is head back down and rejoin Gabe and have a little chat about his student experience. We're just going to show you another short video all about living at Keele. So stay where you are, watch the video, and we'll be back with you in a couple of minutes' time.
I would say the best thing about studying law at Keele is the quality of the teaching we get. All of our lecturers are expert academics in their fields. They are clearly very passionate about the subject in which they teach. And I think that really enables us as students to feel the energy, the passion that they feel for their area of law, and to translate that into our studies. The law community at Keele is incredibly friendly. I've been to many events either through the Law Society or arranged through the law school that I've both found incredibly helpful and also quite fun.
I think I chose law at Keele because I like the community. When I came on the open day, everyone was very open, everyone wanted to have a chat with you.
Thank you for joining us back at our webinar all about studying law at Keele. So Gabe, let's come to you. I just want to touch a little bit about student support here at Keele, because it's something that is obviously, it's really important to us, and it's really important that all of our students feel well supported throughout their entire journey with us. So how have you found the support so far, both on your course and outside of that?
Well, support for me, we get an academic mentor. Okay. So when we sign up for the course, especially with the law, we have an academic mentor, which is part of the law school. So that for me was really useful.
Yeah.
You have to have a meeting with them just to talk about sort of like the goals, just check-ins. So I do choose that option quite often because it just helps me get to grips with everything in case I need support. We also get the Seesaw members. Which is part of the wider school community. They help you with, for example, attendance, if it's falling, if it's not, they always reach out. It's not based on consequences, it's more where can they help you if you're struggling. So I think that's really important for students to know, especially if you're going through something or you're struggling. It's always important to know that you can reach out, and that for me was really, really useful as well.
Yeah. It sounds like we've got the mechanisms in place then that it doesn't, students don't have to wait till they're struggling or they really need help. They're supported all the way through.
Yeah, and again, that's something I'm proud of at Keele, that we do care about our students. We try to make sure that you're comfortable here. We give you the support mechanisms to thrive here. And Gabe's talked about the CISOs and the academic mentor, but we've also got a learning development fellow in the School of Law who is there for students when they're having problems with certain academic skills, so they can make an appointment with Shazia, our learning development fellow, to get some one-to-one coaching or to join some group sessions on developing those skills. Another really useful and unique thing at the school.
And one thing I'll also mention with support for example careers or employability, I know Shaban is part of the placements team as well. He offers a lot of support for law students regarding placements or modules or anything like that. So in case I ever need support with my placement year or anything, or my placement module, I know I can just reach out to him, and he'd always be happy to give me a call or a meeting or anything.
Yeah.
So that's also worth mentioning.
Yeah, brilliant. In terms of employability then, from what I'm gathering, it's not something that we wait for sort of final year to then get students to start thinking about their employability skills and what it is that they're going to do. So how do we embed sort of employability throughout the whole programme?
Yeah, thank you. It's a really good question. It's really important, I think, for students today making the choices. We take it very seriously. So we guarantee that every student will have the opportunity to take a placement. And you can do that in a sort of extracurricular way as a placement year that Gabe's doing. That's part of your degree. You go away between your second and your final year and spend a year in industry. The other thing that we've just introduced, which again we think is a really innovative change to the programme, is the placement module. So either in your second or final year, you can do a 75-hour work placement.
Okay.
And then you are assessed in a sort of reflection of what you've learned from that experience. But again, you're gaining those employability skills while you're getting credit towards your degree.
Yeah.
And as Gabe says, we've got a placements team in the school who will support you. I mean, they won't find the placements for you, but they'll support you to find the placements. They'll work on your CV, your interview technique and things like that, so that when you do find a placement, you're absolutely in the best possible position you can be to take advantage of that.
Brilliant. And Gabe, million-dollar question. Do you know what you want to do beyond Keele? I know you're only in first year, but have you got sort of, aspirations in mind for where you want to go next?
Yes, so I'm looking to be a solicitor.
Okay.
So Keele has kind of helped me with that, especially with what Bledin mentioned, the qualifying work experience and the modules. So you can do your module placement and placement year, which also can count to your qualifying work experience. So that kind of takes the weight off your shoulders when you finish your degree. You're looking to study for the SQEs and just further studying after university. It's just reassurance that I've got a few months of qualifying work experience. I'm just gonna have that boost going into employability and into a career. So I do aspire to be a solicitor, and it's brilliant having the opportunity to get ahead sort of other students and the competition, basically.
Yeah. I think it's fantastic that you know what you want to do, but I assume some students don't necessarily have a clear goal in mind. They just know they're doing something that they enjoy and they're going to see where their path leads. Sure.
I think about 80% of the students watching this will think they want to be lawyers at this point, and that's great. I certainly did when I came to university. But the key thing is that whether you want to be a lawyer or not, a law degree is a really good, well-respected generalist degree. It gives you all the skills you need to succeed in any number of industries. I've got students who've graduated and gone on to careers in the civil service, in the charity sector, in the private sector, both obviously in law firm, but in the broader private sector. I've got some students who are very senior in retail. I've got a student she doesn't like being called an arms dealer, but she works for BAE Systems. So you can, any number of possible degrees, any paths that you can take with a law degree.
Yeah.
Of course, obviously you can be a lawyer as well.
Yeah. So if you know what you want to do, great. If you don't, equally, it's fine.
Absolutely.
We're going to support you all the way and help you find what's right.
And employers really do value the skills that a law degree gives you. They know that a law graduate is something a bit special.
Yeah. Brilliant. Gabe, we've had a question come in for yourself.
Sure.
And it's about the opportunities that you've had whilst you've been here so far. And I know I do keep saying it, but I appreciate you are only in first year, but you just seem to have thrown yourself into everything that's come your way. Have you had any experiences that you think are really distinctive or something that really stands out to you as, sort of feeling really special?
Well, I know we touched on this, but I think the legal clinic and the whole clock scheme is really special to me, and it's quite distinctive. I haven't heard of any other schemes personally that offer this. So I think that for me kind of made me solidify my decision of coming here. I know that I want to practice as soon as possible, as soon as I can, give back to my community as well. Yeah. And also having the idea of knowing what I want to do and the reassurance of this is what I want to do with my life is really important. As Bledin said, it's never a certain decision that you make. And I can touch also on the essentials module. Okay. There is a lot of cross from other subjects like philosophy and other subjects. So that also, it's always changing. But I think the main opportunities, would be the legal clinic, the clock schemes, and also with the Law Society, we have a lot of opportunities as well, networking or just other competitions in itself.
Yeah, Brill. And for some students, they'll be sitting thinking that university feels like a big jump from where they are now. What do you think students could be doing to either prepare, or, you know, any top tips for students over the summer, you know, as they do prepare to join us in September? What's the best thing they can be doing?
I think there's a book you could read called Letters to a Law Student, which I think is it's quite a useful thing to start. Another thing you could do if you is identify some work experience over the summer. If you write to local barristers' chambers or solicitors' firms, they're likely to have some opportunities available for students in the local area. So give that a go and make sure it's something that you want to do.
Yeah, because it's hard work.
Yeah, and that's one of the advantages of the law clinic actually being part of the degree. You can earn credit towards your degree, gaining those employability skills that are so important, but also it gives you an opportunity to test out whether being a solicitor is actually something you want to do.
Yeah.
And as I've just said, even if you come out of that experience and it isn't, it doesn't matter, because the degree is still a really important, really good generalist degree that equips you with all the skills you need.
And it's valuable to know what you know, what's not right for you equally, you know, as much as what is. So yeah,
100%.
It's not a wasted opportunity. And what about yourself? Any top tips for students, you know, who are joining us in September?
I think I would say just be prepared for the leap.
Yeah.
It's challenging, but it's rewarding at the same time.
Yeah.
There is support in place in case you ever need it. And my top tip would be just put yourself out there.
Yeah.
You never know what opportunities you can get, what employers are going to reach out. You know, just stepping out of your comfort zone, I think it's key.
Yeah.
And also having that balance. You know, don't just dwell on, oh, I've got so much to do, I don't know where to start. Just, you know, take it slowly and just see what's out there and speak to as many people as you can, and the lecturers and students, and just enjoy your time. That's the main point.
Yeah, I definitely echo that. I think from opportunities, you don't know what's going to come from them. The people that you meet, other opportunities often stem from being in the right place at the right time sometimes. So it is really important that you put yourself out there. We have had another question for yourself, Gabe, and it says, what's one thing you wish you'd known before starting?
I would say that I wish I knew that the impact of other people on me. So I've had a few people say like, oh, you're going to struggle. Like law is such a tough degree. You're going to have so many challenges your way, but just do not be discouraged by what people say or what the reflection of what you get from exam. It's not just about academics.
Yeah.
That's why I chose Keele. It's because they focus so much on employability and getting yourself out there and putting yourself in practice, and having those opportunities is key. So I think I wish I would have known that, you know, there's nothing that stands against, you know, you and getting that degree that you want, or any sort of challenges that present along the way, really.
Yeah. You sound incredibly determined, Gabe, and it's lovely to hear.
Thank you.
Nodding away, Brad.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think that's right. You focus on your goals, and we're here to support you achieve them.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, we've come to the end of the session already.
Thank you.
So thank you both for being here, and thank
Thank you
you
very
to everyone who's tuned in at home and has watched. We're really looking forward to welcoming you to campus soon. This webinar is just one of our Your Place at Keele series, so please do go to your applicant hub and have a look on the events page for all of our upcoming events, because we'd love to see you there. The next one is our Living at Keele webinar on the 31st of March. So if you're hoping to live on campus or just want to, get a little bit more information about the accommodation that we've got here at Keele, please do tune in then. But thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you.